Ruby, and I'm gonna be and this is the book that I was doing my review on. It's called Mr. Nobody's Eyes, and it's by Michael Morpurgo. And yeah.
So what's the book about?
The book is about a chimpanzee called Oki and a little boy called Harry, who, after Harry's mother gives birth and also has a new stepdad, as his dad died in the war when his plane went down into the sea. He's been feeling sad, and they decide to run away together after Oki gets chased by a dog onto a bench where Harry is sitting after he's met Signor Blondini, who is the owner of Oki, a few times before on that bench, every time he goes home from school. And they always talk to each other. And now Oki has come on his own. He befriends Oki and decides to take Oki home with him until Signor Blondini asks for him back.
So was Oki in the circus?
Oki was in the circus because obviously you can probably tell by Signor Blondini sounds, and he is in the circus and he leads someone around the ring called Mr. Nobody. And he's called Mr. Nobody because he has an icy stare that looks into people but not at them.
So perhaps he's blind?
Yeah, he actually is blind, and that's why Oki has to lead him round. He's called Mr. Nobody, Mr. Nobody's eyes.
So Oki is the eyes of Mr. Nobody.
So it could just be the clowns, because Mr. Nobody is a clown. Chimpanzee, the clown's chimpanzee, but it's not, because he's such a great writer that he can wiggle things into everywhere, so it's Mr. Nobody's eyes.
So, the characters in the book, did you like them? Are they likeable characters?
I really, really liked Oki. Oki's, it makes you want to be friends with her. You want to be friends with her soul, maybe her human soul, let's say. But she makes a good impression because it talks about her holding Harry's hand. And yeah, it's just like he's a really likable character. A chimpanzee makes it a bit, unique.
And are there any scary characters in the book, or any not so likable characters?
His stepfather. This book is from Harry's view, mostly. And because it's from his view, Harry doesn't like his stepfather, so it makes you not like his stepfather. But at the end of the book, which I'll tell you about later, Bill, the stepfather, does come in handy.
So, would you say the book is a fun book to read? Or is it more of a serious, kind of dark book?
It can be really happy and light when Oki's jumping around and having fun, but suddenly, because but Michael Morpurgo can suddenly just take the mood down and bring it all down, and you can just feel really sad, really devastated that something this bad can happen to the characters, and it makes you feel like you know the characters because you've been with them the whole book, and at the end something bad happens and you're actually feeling as if it's someone in your family that has done that, because he describes them so well that you feel like you're friends with the characters.
And that's the sign of a good writer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So, which was your favourite part of the book?
My favourite part of the book was quite a sad part of the book, but also a heroic part of the book, because there is Oki and Harry go on the run, and after they've been on a run for a while, they stop off at an auntie's house, and because she knows, she's been told that that because Harry never thinks that he can be betrayed by someone he loves so much, and I think it's an auntie, and then but the auntie betrays them by telling Bill, his stepfather, where he is.
Really?
So Bill knocks on the door, and Harry jumps over the fence and runs off with Ocky, and they go down to the pier, but Bill and another man who obviously he doesn't know, who's helping the search, maybe an uncle or something, are looking for him. They see him, and Ocky's run off ahead because there's two dogs, and he has a big phobia of dogs.
Ocky does.
Ocky does, yeah. And so Ocky's run off ahead with these dogs chasing him, and then she jumps off into the sea because she's so scared. Harry jumps off after him with everyone shouting at him. You know, it must have been really panicky, and that's why he chose such a, you know, like, risking choice of, like, you know, what he could do. And now I'm going to tell you how his stepfather comes in handy, because Bill gets in and rescues Harry, gives him to the uncle or whoever who's on the other side, and because Ocky is nowhere to be seen but has been floating off, he swims over and gets Ocky all the way from the other side of the beach. And Harry was so sure that he'd just let him go because he doesn't know Ocky like he did, but because he knew that Harry really, really did want Ocky and had befriended him so well, that he went off to go get him out of the sea when he could have easily just drowned himself.
So the stepdad, excuse me, so the stepdad actually wasn't that bad after all.
No, I think he just got mad because Harry gets into trouble at school. I'll read you the blurb because it's really quite informative. Harry is in trouble at school and he doesn't like his stepfather or the new baby. Then he befriends Ocky, a chimpanzee from the circus. Ocky's only won't mind if Harry borrows her for a bit, will he? But then Harry's stepfather and the police find out. Harry and the chimp are soon on the run. So that's, you know, that nearly tells the whole story, but you have to read it and it makes you, you know. So this book is definitely recommended as a thumbs up. But for sensitive readers, I think you might want to, you know, be prepared because it is really sad. But adventure seekers will definitely love this book because it's really great. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so this is Mr. Nobody's Eyes by Michael Morpurgo.